Hey YouTube, the Karate Crew back making videos. I'm Frankie. Decided to make some videos again. I'm on 2-week isolation for safety reasons, precaution, better safe than sorry. So I just thought I'd do a few videos showing my collection. I might do some update videos. Probably won't be much of those, but just showing my collection. Mostly Megadeth and some other bands. I have a big three. Everyone know. If you watch any of my other videos, you know that. So, thought I'd start off where, well, it all started for me was collecting cassettes, and so I thought I'd show my favorite. This is my Megadeth cassette collection. I don't have a lot of them. Like I say, I switched over to CDs years ago. I have the main studio albums up to '99, and well, I'm pretty happy with those. So, I'll start off with. I had a couple of these. Some I've tracked down recently, and a couple were gifts from my brother, Mr. Six Strings. So, well, without further ado, I'll show Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good from 1985. There's the spine of the cassette and the cassette itself. Yeah, killer debut. I find that I discovered this album after Peace Sells. I'll go into that story again one day, but yeah, because back in those days, no internet, no YouTube, just metal magazines, and well, I knew about this album, but we could never find it in my small town. Got it after. Here's where it started for me with Megadeth, and looking at this cassette, I just brings back all the good times associated with the cassette, and it is he sells, but who's buying? And the spine itself, and the cassette. Wow, this is not my original cassette. Three of those things got kind of wore out, destroyed, whatever, because I played them so much. Yeah, that was my intro to Megadeth, fan for life. So just very cool to have that on cassette now. Next I have well, so far so good, so what? Some people rag on this album. I absolutely love it. I think it's fantastic. I really like it. I'll say it, I love Anarchy in the UK. There's the cassette itself. So that's one copy of it. This is the Canadian Capitol Records copy. This is the Columbia House version of the cassette. You can see the spine's a little bit different, and the cassette itself. I'll do a comparison of the spines. One has red font, the other one has white. Columbia House is the red. Yeah, I remember this cassette coming out just before my 16th birthday, and I was so excited for that album. Next, 1990, masterpiece. Rust in Peace. Absolutely, goes without saying, this album is absolutely killer. And the cassette itself. Fantastic album, fantastic. Next, I think it's a masterpiece. I remember seeing a video for Symphony of Destruction, and all of a sudden Megadeth was in regular rotation on Much Music. Saw it on the Power 30, I think it was at that time. Debuted on, was it Host of Sneak Previews then? I don't know if it was Host of Sneak Previews, but it was a weekly show where they showed the new videos and they showed the new Megadeth, and I was floored. I got like 30 phone calls that night from all my buddies back in the day saying, wow, that song was killer. Yeah, so having this cassette again in my hand is very cool. And this is the standard Capitol Records Canada version. And I do have another copy of this one. It's different. I'll show the reason why in a second. Although the spine is exactly the same as the other one. This one is the Columbia House, the clear cassette. So it's technically two different versions of it. I don't really care much for like collecting multiple copies of the same thing. I have some, but not a lot, but it is different, so yeah. The next one I have, 1994. I love this album, but at the time when it came out, I was a little bit underwhelmed it was great. I thought it was great, but comparing to Countdown to Extinction, I didn't think it lived up to Countdown to Extinction. I still love the album, and it is Euthanasia. Fantastic album, but like I say, I think it was a bit of a letdown compared to Countdown. And the cassette itself, yeah, I mean, it's full of killer tunes, but I think just coming off the high of that absolute masterpiece Countdown, I think it was a letdown at the time, but I do love the album. The second last one I have, 1997, they did soften a little bit. I absolutely love it. I picked this one up recently, and it is Cryptic Writings. And there's the spine. And the clear cassette. Absolutely killer album. I know people rag on this album too, but I mean, Trust was a huge hit, killer track. I like every song on here. I like every song Megadeth ever did. And my last cassette I do have, the much maligned, put down, made fun of, it doesn't matter, I absolutely love it. It is Risk. And there's the spine. And the clear cassette, which is a little bit different because it has the logo on it. Yeah. So when I do look at my Megadeth cassettes, that's all I have. I don't have The World Needs a Hero. I think was the only other one today on cassette. Hidden Treasures, I don't have that. I don't have any singles. But to have these in my collection, I look at them and I smile for the nostalgia because, well, cassettes you can put in your pocket. And believe me, when I first discovered Megadeth, and it was that one, I had, back in those days, was Days of Columbia House. I probably had 3 or 4 copies. One for my dad's Pontiac Grand Prix. I had a tape player. That was a good car and good tape player. I have one for listening to, and I brought one everywhere I went, just go parties or hanging out with buddies, because everyone was into Metallica except for me. I was into Megadeth. I had one buddy like both. Yeah, so these things are nostalgia to me, and looking at them now brings a smile to my face because it's where I started with these. My collection, and definitely my Megadeth collection started with cassettes, and come full circle is fantastic. So yeah, thought I'd make a video showing my cassettes. So until next time, Frankie and Megadeth are over and out. Cheers.